Check. Yeah.
Oh, welcome back to the Early Bird Show. I'm your host, Eric. Before we start, a few things to know. The NFL free agency has been something to see with so many players switching teams. The Tennessee Titans have a new look. They said bye to Derrick Henry and hello to Tony Pollard. They also signed wide receiver Calvin Ridley to a massive $92 million deal. You see, Calvin? That's the proper way to bet on yourself. Former Vanderbilt QB Mo Hansen alleged that he was approached by Italian mobsters and offered $300,000 to fix football games. This would be a major issue until you found out that Hansen was a backup. If mobsters was banking on this to help them win their bets, he best to forget about it. And a New Jersey high school game was the latest example of bad calls and key moments. After a game winner was waved off. Unlike college and pro leagues, in high school, there's no instant replays, just hundreds of teams with camera phones. In fairness, one of the three refs thought that it was a good, and after didn't think so, until later he was shown a video, and after stating the basket was good and it should have counted. Yeah, it should have, but sadly your change of opinion doesn't change ish. Stick around, we're talking about sports betting, the real draw of March Madness, E on the streets, and we'll find out what's fair and what's foul. I'm here with my guys, G's and Chi. What we talking about, Chi?
Talking about sports betting. You know, what do you think the long-term effects of sports betting will have on sports?
What you think, Chi?
Definitely that lack of trust between the players and the consumers, I'll say,
Yeah.
aka the degenerates.
Yeah.
But definitely that lack of trust. Questioning our players coming to play today. Our referees going to affect the game with their bad calls, their lack of. So definitely that lack of trust between the community.
Yeah, it's this game versus Chris Paul and the other team, or Chris Paul and Scott Foster.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, that's a real thought. It's like I was saying, I just think that all these leagues are starting to mix in with the WWE. It's like eventually, everybody's gonna think that this is scripted, that's scripted. Oh, this happened because of that. Oh, the guy who dunked on Wemby got kicked out the league because they want him to embarrass Wemby. It's like it's so many things that's happening in the league that makes you go like, all right, is this fair and square, or it's just happening because they got an agenda and it's to get my money and sell tickets.
I ain't gonna lie, sports betting was definitely felt a little bit more organic back when it wasn't as commercial.
Yeah.
Sneak around and do it. Definitely felt a little bit more organic, I'll say.
It felt real. Right now, it feel like an algorithm trying to make sure that you don't leave this screen. Like,
It's a machine now.
how can people trust sports betting?
I don't think that there's a way to kind of change the trust, right? It's just gonna kind of become a thing where people kind of grow out of questioning it. Like if there's nothing that players can do, because players are gonna come in and show up. Like some days they're gonna hit shots. Some days Anthony Davis may get 12 points. Some days he may get 35. He may get 5 rebounds. He may get 25 rebounds. 12. You never know. But I definitely think it's just gonna come get to a point to where it kind of runs its course, questioning it, right? Questioning is it fake? Is it our team's playing today? Or did they take the game off? So I think that's the only way to kind of get past it.
Man, what do you think,
See,
Trey?
the players don't care if they mess up their parties.
Yeah, it's real when your team wins. It's fake when your team loses.
Aisha Curry. Oh man, that's a fact. I feel the same way, and yeah. But now a stat for my main man Chi.
Yes, sir. Today we're talking women's college basketball. The sports books have South Carolina Gamecocks set at minus 135 to win the NCAA tournament. They have the field at plus 105. South Carolina has finished 32-0 this season under Dawn Staley. South Carolina was 36-1 last season, but they lost to Iowa in the tournament. So you do what you do with that.
South Carolina. Yeah, I heard him.
South Carolina minus 135.
Yeah.
I think my
That's one of those. But that leads right into our next question. Side note, Caitlin Clark is going to the WNBA. When I think about WNBA, like impacts coming into the league, I think about Maya Moore, and now I'm thinking about Caitlin Clark. It's like two players who and dominated in college and are about to dominate in the WNBA. Do you think she's going to be one of the biggest stars in the WNBA?
Definitely, just because of how she's coming into the league. What she's done in college, 4 years there, it broke literally every record imaginable there. Some records she even broke in between men's and women's.
Yeah.
So going into the WNBA, she'll definitely be, if not the biggest, one of the biggest stars or players going into the league. I do think that they'll be ready for her though. I do think the league could kind of be, it's a little bit tougher. They play a little bit harder. In the WNBA, obviously the skill set isn't at the highest level, but they do play a lot harder. They do play a lot more physical. So I do think the league will try to be ready for her. Obviously, that she's going to be at the top of every scouting report, every game plan, leading into every game that she's had. Obviously, she's going to the Indiana Fever.
Yeah, and she's gonna have a good teammate in the league of Boston.
Exactly.
It's like
Boston just got drafted number one there last year as well. So definitely gonna be one of the biggest, if not the biggest, stars going into the WNBA for sure.
yeah. What you think about Caitlin Clark, Chick?
Yeah, I think she's going to be the biggest star in the WNBA. She's going to bring a lot of eyeballs just because of the way she plays. Will she be the best player? No. You still got Sabrina Ionescu, you got Breanna Stewart, and of course, the finals MVP, Asia Wilson. So, no, she won't be the best player, but she'll definitely bring a lot of attention to the WNBA, and that sport is only growing.
Yeah. And it's gonna happen in Indiana. Indiana about to become a basketball town again. You got Pacers and you got the Fever. It's gonna be a lot going on. But keep it in the realm of women's basketball. Who do you have in your Final Four?
Oh, that's easy for me. Obviously, USC, Stanford, South Carolina, and Iowa. Obviously, those top four. I hate to see LSU not kind of be there, but obviously LSU kind of didn't get it done with South Carolina. But hats off to them. They played really well. Andrew Reese played really well that game. But those four are obviously the shoe-ins for me. And don't ask me who I think is gonna take it all. I would love to say South Carolina, but you really just never know.
Yeah, that's if I had to put my money on it, I'm putting my money on Dawn and her girls. I'm like, yeah, Dawn, you probably gonna handle this. Yeah, you probably gonna handle this. I would love to see like a Juju, do the impossible and take her team all the way. It'll be a Cinderella story for Caitlin Clark to win it all. But if I think about it all, I go South Carolina probably going. But yeah, Chi, what about you? Final four predictions?
I'm going to do USC, LSU, South Carolina, Iowa. Hopefully they're all in different brackets so we get that Final Four we really want.
Ooh, that's nice. Yeah. Took stand for that. Yeah. We'll be right back with Fair or Foul, but right now we're going to the streets with our correspondent, E. Yeah. It's E on the streets. I'm here in Hoboken trying to find out why is everybody mad in March. Why is March so mad?
Because gambling, you get killed.
Are you doing sports bet?
I do, yeah.
Are you good at sports bet?
I picked UConn last year, and he
Okay.
picked them the year before. So I usually just pick what he picks a year ago,
Okay.
and it works out pretty well.
Do you sports bet?
Occasionally.
Are you good at it?
Absolutely not.
Could you answer this question?
The craziness with basketball, college basketball, is just craziness,
Just
madness.
Nuts.
Yeah.
How do you look when you're mad?
Ask my wife. That's a better question for her. How I look when I'm mad.
That was E on the streets. Found out why everybody was mad in March. Now I know why. Back to you at studio. Oh, and we are back.
He kind of looks familiar.
Yeah, he does. He does.
I think I seen him.
Yo, yeah, we're here with a new segment. In honor of baseball coming around the corner. Fair or foul? Chi, you in this too, man. Ex-Jacksonville Jaguar employee Amir Patel stole $20 million that was used on FanDuel. That money is being held by FanDuel, who doesn't plan on paying it back. Fair or foul?
Before I went any further, did he hit when he win?
Oh no, he lost.
He lost?
Oh, he
that's
lost.
foul, bro. You can't steal and lose. Like, you gotta flip that.
But FanDuel get the money back to the Jaguars?
I doubt they ain't got that goodness in their heart. I don't think so.
Mm.
I think they should though. They take over my money. Might as well.
It's fair, man. The game is the game, and they got.
I don't know. I think it's foul, man. Get that money back. That's stolen money. It's to the president. If they gonna get the Jaguars their money back, if you get robbed by somebody who a prince somewhere else, they ain't gonna get your money back.
At least give it back or give out free bets. Or something.
Oh man, to everybody.
To everybody, right?
Rudy Gobert made a money sign at the refs after a call he thought was a bad call and was fined $100,000. Fair or foul?
Fair.
It's fair.
I like it.
Fair. Rudy, I saw that play. You fouled him.
We very fair.
Okay. The U.S. Integrity, which is a company that monitors bets for sports leagues, classifies insider information as betting based on confidential or insider knowledge not available to the general public, indicating potential misconduct. Fair or foul?
I'm gonna say fair, right? Because if I can't get this information, why can somebody else get this information?
Okay.
If it's classified,
Okay.
I hereby now declassify it.
Fair or foul, G?
I agree with G's. Hate.
Yeah, my heart is full of hate until I get.
Nah, man, I think it's foul. The whole name of the game is to get the information. It's like, what we talking about here? I should be able to know what I know. If you don't know it, that's your fault. You should have found it out. Ain't my fault that ain't your cousin.
That's foul. See, that's all we talking about.
Ain't my fault that ain't your cousin. And lastly, a New Hampshire senator has sponsored a bill to ban people who harass or attack officials. Fair or foul?
Foul, because sometimes you gotta get on these officials. You gotta get at these officials, man, because they playing. See, I ain't gonna lie. It'd have been some furniture moving if my kid was on that team and they cheated that team, because I think we all seen the clip.
Mm-hmm.
He obviously got that ball up before the time went out.
Oh, super.
It'd have been some furniture moving if I was a parent in them stands, bro. So,
Yeah, man.
sometimes you gotta get at these officials, especially the lower league ones, the ones who ain't really make it to the league, the pro leagues. Sometimes you gotta get at them.
All right, I'm with you on that. Yeah, them. Yeah, fair or foul, Chick.
I would say foul, because sometimes the official needs to get slapped up.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like a kid's game and you're the parent, you're like, yo, I see what you do.
Yeah.
And like the professional leagues, I would say fans shouldn't touch them, but the players should be able to.
You said the players should be able to?
Yeah, every now and then.
I would hate for Draymond Green to be like, you know what, that was a bad call. I'm going to have to give you one of these.
Let them get that one-on-one like hockey.
Yeah, so, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking about, we talking about the official, but I got a problem when it comes to bettors who try to bully players on social media sites when they lose bets. I kind of hate it, and I wanted to just say, I think it's messed up that when sports betting became legal, bad bettors became bullies. I get people hooked, and it feels like the bait and switch, Forget about opioids. Now you can feed on Odell's over-under. People get mad when they make a bad bet and they think it's a good idea to bully athletes on Facebook. Isn't it crazy? Mark Zuckerberg is doing mixed martial arts, and next Friday, Congress might have to make an anti-bullying law for Debo. We live in a topsy-turvy world. At this moment in time, Neil deGrasse Tyson gets more action than Mike Tyson. I'll prove it. Mike Tyson can make you see stars, and Neil talks about stars. Neil wins. Women love astrology. Seriously, sports bullying has to stop. These are people. They're not miscalculations. Also, people have to be real, because if Neil was here, he wouldn't predict how your day was going to go. But if you called Mike Tyson out his name to his face, I know Neil would probably tell you, you effed up. All right, that's our show. Subscribe and like and comment below. Follow us on social medias. And, if you lose a bet, watch your mouth. Peace.
Check. Yeah. Check.